I want to start coming out of the half at Saginaw Valley. What became the difference in your favor coming out of halftime against them this past weekend?
That's a good question. At halftime, most of the time at halftime, the offense is trying to ask the offensive coaches are trying to ask the offensive personnel what do they think is available, and so that was kind of the conversation. What do we think our best plays are, and I talked to them about we'd receive the ball to start the third quarter. Most likely they would choose the wind, and we'd be against the wind, which the wind was a huge factor. And so we were going to have to go against the wind, and we did. And then, we scored 2 touchdowns against the wind, and it got really nasty the third quarter, and that's really when we were best.
I know both teams got to play in the same weather, but what kind of a factor did it play in the way you had to call your plays, in the way guys executed things in that second half?
Yeah, it was hard to throw the ball downfield, honestly, against the wind. The ball just hung up there. So it took away, our vertical passing game threat. So we just grinded it out. We said we're going to have to run the ball, and I thought Jay Rue did a nice job running it, but so did all of our running backs, and so I thought that was a key factor.
As you get into this part of the season, and it seems like November is just around the corner in postseason, how important does it become to keep you guys focused on the next quarter of football you have to play?
Yeah, it's critically important. Being a team, I think we're ranked nationally 4th in the nation in rushing, and so being a team that has the capacity to rush the ball effectively, I think is critically important, particularly in the north and with the weather that exists, and then staying focused on the task at hand. I told the guys on Sunday, we're down to really playing 2 GLIAC games. And if we can win them both, then we're the undefeated champs, and that's one of our most important goals.
A few years ago, when you caught Wayne State the year you guys went to the Final Four, it seemed like that was the game that turned things in your favor, and you started to get hot and started to click. When you get to this point in the season, what are you looking for to see your guys maybe just to take the next step as they get ready to go down the stretch here?
Yeah, just to a heightened sense of knowing what's at stake. As the season ends, obviously there's things that you want to look forward to in postseason play, but there's no postseason play until you take care of the things you got to take care of in regular season play. So we got a lot to play for the next 3 weeks, and our guys know that. We had, like I said, I segmented the season, like the first 4, the second 4, the last 3, and the second 4 was the gauntlet, to get through with, Ashland for homecoming, then going down to Fifth Third and playing Michigan Tech, and then going to Lubbers to play Grand Valley, and then lastly to go to Saginaw. That was the gauntlet, and now, those were challenging games, but now we've got 3 more to go, and it should be. I hope when I segment the season is to kind of get a sense of accomplishment looking back, but also looking forward, a refreshing, hey, we only got 3 more to go here in the regular season, and then, hopefully postseason starts and we get to segment that part of the season. But I think you got to chop up the season, because otherwise, there's some huge challenges emotionally if you just think, dang, we got to go 11 straight weeks of football. It's hard.
When you look at Wayne State, it's a team that hung up a big number offensively last week, and homecoming got a win, and you can throw away the football record for them. They're coming in probably a lot of confidence after that. What kind of challenges are they going to bring to the table?
Well, they ran it so effectively last week. It was just unbelievable how well they ran it, and so that's a part of our challenge. Our defense has been really stout against the run. I think we've given up like 75 yards in the last 2 weeks total against the run, and so that is what they want to do and do well versus what we think we do really well, and that's them running it and us stopping the run. So that's key, and then our offense just has to remain balanced and efficient, productive. And if we can do that, I feel confident that we'll have a good game on Saturday.